everyone. My goodness, I did not announce and let you guys know that I was going to come on live. I think I sent a message on my Instagram page. I let them know that I was getting ready to come on live, but that was yesterday. It's 2 something p.m. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Please let me know if I'm the only woman on earth who takes that long to get herself ready. Because I kid you not, I literally woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 to be exact. But last night, I actually slept early. I was so tired from the previous nights. So last night I went to sleep right after I ate dinner. Dinner was delicious. I had a full dinner and I said to myself, I just want to rest and then get up in the middle of the night. I did not get up not until 3 o'clock in the morning. And by then, I knew that I was going to come live today. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to go back to sleep. But tell me why it took me literally 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours to get ready. And then, whenever I get ready, I have to take a few pictures and I have to create a few TikTok videos. So, oh, bon après-midi, mes amis. Bon après-midi, Pierre le Dieu. Thank you so much for being here. Moi, fait kap di moun yo kon sa ke m pat gen jan annoncé on this page that I was going to come live. But yeah, I wanted to come live. Oh my God, please forget this dog. I think somebody just walked in. But guys, I am here because you guys can see that I have published my e-guide. So all this week, today, I think Saturday, I'm going to go live on my Instagram as well to promote the e-guide so that you guys can actually purchase it. The first thing that I'm going to say is that it is extremely hi Laura, how are you doing, my love? Thank you for being here with me. Thank you, thank you. So guys, we are really going bonsoir, bonjour, 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 bonsoir. It's already afternoon. Um it's already afternoon for me. Hi, Rachel. Hey everyone. Come on in to the live. Hello, hello. It's so good. I love when I do lives. I know that some of you want me to be on live like a lot, but for me to be on live, I need to have the energy so that I can entertain you guys, so that we can chat, so that we can talk, and vibe and do, just hang out with each other. I can't believe that we are already at the end of 2024. But guys, for those of you who have been following me since I came back to Haiti, I cannot for the life of me believe that I actually have been in Haiti since 2018. Can you believe it? Like literally, I was taking stock and I said, you have been, because I was going back to my older videos, especially the video that I made about 10 years, like Haiti in the next 10 years. And I watched that video the other day and I said to myself, you literally have been in Haiti for half the time that you talk about, and you are living everything that you talk about. Like it just took me back because, to be very honest, and I think I've said this to you, I really didn't expect me to be in Haiti for that long. And just to see that you actually stuck with it and you are literally in the movement. Like, oh my God, hold on. Laura said, beautiful, merci, happy to see you. And our beautiful Ayiti. I can feel the energy. Oh my God, Laura, merci. I wish that I could bring you a lot more. And hopefully, even in the month of December, I'm going to do my best, even if it's to go out more and vlog. It's a little quiet for us so far. It's a little quiet. This morning, I heard a lot of gunshots, but I do have an academy that is not so far, like a few policemen. Sometimes they come around and they practice. And I think there's a gun range not so far away from where I stay. So sometimes I don't know if it's the people or if it's like people just kind of like practicing their shooting. It feels so good in Haiti. It feels nice. It feels peaceful. This is the type of um, vibration that people want. There's a couple of parties going. There's one on Friday that I'm thinking about going. Maybe I don't know. But guys, as I was mentioning to you guys, I can't believe that I've been in Haiti for 6 years straight. Pa vin komanse la ap mwen. I can't believe that I've been in Haiti for 6 years straight. And not only have I been in Haiti for 6 years straight, but literally it's kind of like I'm living everything that I talked about, like literally. And I want to tell you that right now there is a big, c'est vrai, oui. Big shift. I was going to come on live earlier and then how do you say gap in English? How do you say gap? Those animals, how do you say bees? There you go. There was a bunch of bees, like literally about 20 bees around here. 20 bees just flocking around. And I had to call one of the ladies who works here and I said, look what's going on. And yes, and then she told me that they are looking for a a place to be. That's why I said I was is it I was like kote bedside kote. They were flux, so I was like I didn't even think that I was going to be able to sit here and talk to you. Are you on a resort? Yes, I am. I'm just home. I'm in the balcony. I'm home. But I wish that I was right now at a resort sipping on a martini or a glass of rose wine. And I haven't had wine in what 3 4 years, believe it or not. It actually has contributed a lot to my weight loss because I used to drink wine like it was water. Like literally in a week I would have 2 to 3 bottles of wine, and I don't think I ever understood that wine had a lot of sugar in it. So I haven't had wine in literally 3 years, but lately I've been having the craving for red wine. Now if you are familiar with me, you know that red wine is not my thing. I like mostly rosé wine and good um a good white wine, but it needs to be a little sweetened. Haiti is the country of my parents, but I've never been. Oh my God, I wish that you could come to Haiti. I mean, hopefully in the next years or so. Haiti is beautiful. It's hold on, let me see if I can show. Look, from this is from the back of my balcony. You can see the top of the mountains all the way here. You get to see the top of the mountains. I mean, I'm really, don't worry, guys. I know that I've said it, but I literally feel better, you know? So I really feel better. So now that I feel better, I just am going to do a lot of outings. I think I've said this to you before. If my energy is not up to par, it's like, what's the point? But there is such a big shift in the air. Moins contente de ça. Mm. There is such a big shift in the air in terms of like what we have entered. Like literally, we after this year, we have come out of this death passage. Remember, I made a video here. That was again around the time that my throat was kind of like tightened. I couldn't even um talk. This is right when IT had entered the the passage, and I made a video for you and I said to you guys, we've entered the death passage, like the death passage. And I really want to tell you that we are almost out of it, like after this year. And one of the reasons behind it is the new administration that we have going into the United States. This morning, when I was taking my shower, I said to myself, the one of the gang leaders who is spreading terror for us here, barbecue barbecue understands, and I know that he knows that it's only a matter of days now. He's just 2025 is it's not going to be the year for him. And once they take him out, these other guys, because they're a bunch of kids, they're a bunch of followers, they're a bunch of kids who don't know any better. I'm not so sure what are the sanctions that they're going to do. If the remaining of them, they are going to incarcerate them, who the FBI is going to come down to Haiti and pick up. That's what's going to happen. Because you know that a lot of these guys, they are involved also with people that are highly political as well as foreign. So a lot of the things that are going on, a lot of other governments are involved in it. We've already established that. So they're not gonna let them talk. They're not gonna let them, spread out about what's going on. So it's going to be this year is going to be the pickup. So gain la dan yo que y a tué, the big heads, they are going to remove them because it's like you know too much at this point. And it's sad in a way because when you think, well, it's not sad because of the crimes that some of them have committed, especially those who knew better. But also, when you think about it, it's like for the last 4 years, these guys, how much money that they've actually made, probably not even a lot. If you're thinking about it, give me 1 second, I'm gonna read. If you're thinking about it, right? Like for moun qui kon fait l'argent, for people who really know how to make money, and it's like how much have they made? But this is what happens when you don't have a country where you've never had money or money has been an issue for you. The little bit of money that somebody is going to offer to you, you're going to feel like it's a lot, right? All of us, we've had periods in our lives where we haven't been employed. So let's just say that you were out of work for 6 months. When you finally get a job, that first paycheck, you literally feel like you are in heaven because it's like you haven't had a job for 6 months, right? The little bit of money that you're making, it feels like, oh my God, you feel so relieved. And there's so much that you're thinking about, oh my God, I'm gonna be able to do this, I'm gonna be able to pay this, pay that. So it's the same thing with these guys here in Haiti. But 2025 is going to be the cleanup years. It's definitely going to be the cleanup years. Now, I don't know just yet how the new administration in the United States is going to proceed. I don't know. If it was the Biden administration that was still here, they would have proceeded with negotiations. That I am certain of it, meaning that they would have negotiated with some of those head leaders of gangs here in Haiti, because at the end of the day, they placed them here. So you better tuer, they would have not took them out. But I don't know with this new administration, I don't know how Donald Trump and his administration, how they're going to proceed, if they're going to if they're going to look at it and feel like we gotta do a cleanup. I don't know if they're gonna do that. Hold on. It's crazy how such a strong country has lost so much control. A lot of change on the harvest, and that makes a lot of sense. Yes, it is crazy. I don't know your name, B. It's crazy. And even myself, like I don't ever want people to feel that when I come here and when I have those information and I'm putting those information out, that one, it's not, I'm leaving it that it's not mentally um comment je dis agit sur moi. It's, how do you say it? It's, the word is in my mouth. How do you, like, it's not impacting me mentally. And the second thing, I really, when I think about it, guys, I literally cannot believe that in the span of only about 3 years, the level of madness that's been going on in this country. C'est quand gangrene, it literally started and it just drastically went crazy. And I'm not surprised. I always tell you guys this. I'm absolutely not surprised. And one of the reason that I'm not surprised is because of the agenda. The title of this live is He Who Fails to Prepare, He Who Fails to Plan to Fail. That's the title of this live. He who fails to plan to fail. Meaning that in life, you always need to have a plan. Yes, sometimes the plan could be, I don't want to do anything. Sometimes the plan could be, I just want to relax. There are days for that, there are moments for that. If it's a plan, let's just say that you woke up and you know that you allocated a few days to not do anything, it's not going to bother you that much if you're not doing anything, because that was the plan. The plan was, I'm not doing anything. Just like if you are planning a vacation, you allocate the budget for a vacation. If you know that you have the money and it's your vacation, that's your vacation. You're going to spend the money that you've allocated because you're having a good time. And that's the problem with here, this country. These people never plan anything. So since they never have an agenda, since they never plan anything, the next man is planning for you, right? The next man is planning for you. It's the same thing if you are in a relationship and you're not planning anything. Well, guess what? Your boo is about to get snatched because you're not planning anything. So it's the same thing with life. It's the same thing with you who's watching me. It's the same thing with all of us. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a vision. This year was so tough for me emotionally. It was, hey, booby, saka fat, recession proof. This year was such a hard year for me in terms of everything. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. We had a little bit of a connection. Saka fat, chérie, en forme, na boule, na kembe. So when I think about this year, a lot of you guys didn't know the back end, the background. To see all of the projects that I was able to work on, to see everything that I do, and now closing down this year so strongly with deciding to put out my e-guide. And I have something else that is going to come out as well. It's kind of like, I feel like I'm so proud of myself. Like literally sometimes because we work on ourselves, like I'm so freaking proud of myself. This e-guide that I put out, please, everybody, go purchase it. You can get it at beacons.ai/daisylove83. Beacons, BEACON .s.ai/daisylove83. Or you can send me an email, dlconsultingfirm83@gmail.com. It's only $20. It has 10 chapters and it's 18 pages. Easy read. You can read it in 1 hour, but you need to study it. That's the thing. You, you need to study it. This e guide, I wrote it about 2.5 years ago when I did my event, Navigating Haiti 2.0, which that event I am going to work on a live presentation. I want to put it out. Now, why did I decide to put those information out right now? Because you guys are going to need it. We literally are entering the next 5 years. It's gonna go fast. It's gonna go fast, and every single thing that I talked about is going to come out. You guys are going to witness it. Now, the e-guide is something that comes with your consultation. So for people who already have their consultation, they don't need it. It's an e-guide that I offer for free. I do have a couple of other documents that I offer to my clients who get their consultation. So this e-guide was an e-guide that automatically when someone have their consultation, they are receiving this e-guide for free, and they also have a couple of other documents that I have prepared that they receive for free. But you guys can have it available if you are interested in it. It's available for $20. The presentation that I did 2.5 years ago, remember I had the event Navigating Haiti, and I also have Navigating Haiti 2.0. The Navigating Haiti 2.0, I was really trying my best to have it out with the e-guide, but it's a lot of information. When I work, I really want it to be top notch. So it's going to come out if I'm good at the end of the year. If not at the top of January, you're gonna have that information as well. Mes amis, I'm doing my best so that everybody, pour nous pas dire comme ça que m'pa travail. The information is out. The next 5 years is going to be like, how can I describe? parce que the doors is going to open. The doors are going to open. It's going to be a floodgate. However, with the floodgate that we're going to have, you're still going to have people who don't have access to certain information. But I know many of you that are either you've been watching my videos, you are going to have some type of preparation. There is no way that people who've been following me is not going to have. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to my consulting page on YouTube, DL Consulting Firm. All of those videos, you got to pay attention to them. You got to study them. So, you're going to have a homework to do for December. For December, it's not going to be whatever for people who are interested in the market of Haiti. For your homework, you have to go and watch all of the videos that I have for my consulting page. Those are forward-thinking videos. The videos on my consulting page are going to come out, and you're going to see the result of it. I say at the earliest 2027. However, I'm pushing for 2030. Um, Probably 2027 because this year we still have election. So this year, 2025, we still have election. It's the remaining of the death passage. It's the remaining. So it's like we still are at that impasse of insecurity, but it's the cleanup. So 2025 is going to be the cleanup. 2026, you're going to have election and then some form of government. So by 2027, things are going to come together and you're going to see everything that I've talked about probably starting in 2030. Okay? So, nous kon tout pot tout ça qui important. Guys, please, the person who sends me that information, I'm going to tell you that I love you. I love you, babe. I love you. I want you to succeed, but I really need to make something clear. Right now, your consultation cannot be about you asking what type of business that you would like to do in Haiti. I just feel like that is not a question that someone who's been following me for the longest of time should have. It cannot be that. The questions cannot be because when you ask me a question like that, it's so broad and you literally paying, it's a broad question. I receive this question almost all the time and I don't like it. I'm not gonna take any consultation with that question. No. When it you have enough information at hand from my channel to know about the doors that are going to open, textile industry, technology, commerce, um, power plant, right? Architectural development, agriculture. Mes amis, c'est mon tout temps. I feel like a teacher. We've been through that. You need to figure out now that the information is out, that I've shared, everything is on my consulting. Moi, pas vle question ça. I don't want it. And one thing that I need for you to understand is that anything that I do is non refundable. So once you pay and my work is out to you, you cannot ask for any money back. You can have a credit, it can go towards something else. So let's just say that you schedule in a consultation, and I'm looking at the questions that you've submitted, and I feel like those are not questions that I want to take in. I'm not going to issue a refund. And the reason that I don't issue the refund is because my information is already out. Now, what I will absolutely accept is that we can work on different questions for you. But a lot of times it makes me work double, and I don't want to work double because it's like now it's kind of like this is mostly for my younger crowd. This is not for people who know what they want. This is because I do have younger crowd. Um, people who are in the diaspora who been watching me for the longest of time and who are interested in having a consultation. But if you've been watching me for the longest of time, you should be able to know what you can bring to the table. Your videos are prophetic, professes. Thank you. Trust and believe. Like, I shock myself. The same way I tell you to study those videos is the same way I study them. Is the same way I study them. The same way I ask you guys to study them. Like the video that I made about Haiti in the next 10 years, you guys have to know this videos in the back of your hand. That video, everything is going to come out. The video that I made about Haiti in the next 10 years. And go watch the live streams, everything that I have. Give me a second. Right? Everything that I have. So, it's really, excuse me. So it's really another moderator just handle it. Oh, I didn't know I had a moderator here. Okay. So it's really interesting, right? To see how things are playing out. And now what you have in the back end is you have people that are going to the cleanup. So 2025 is going to be the cleanup, and then we're moving. We're moving. So those of you who have not been able to come to Haiti, who are planning to come to Haiti 20, by 2026, 2027, everything is going to resolve. It's very sad the way that Haiti has the level of death that occurred in Haiti and everything that's been going on. But c'est parce que moun kap dirige Haiti yo pa konan yen. You know, the people who've been directing Haiti, they, like I said to you before, these are not people that understand. They don't even know the geographical position of this country. They don't know the role that Haiti plays. It's like it's the same, it's the equivalent of people who don't understand their values. When you don't understand your value, you don't understand what you bring to the table, anybody can just give you anything and you're going to accept it because you don't know your value. You don't know what you bring to the table. It's also the equivalent when you're going for a job and they ask you at the end of the interview, what's the salary that you desire? And you either lowball yourself or you tell the interviewer it's anything. When you do that, that means that you did not even study for the job. Because anyone who's going into a job interview, you got to study, you got to understand. For example, you have to study, you have to understand what, how much this role is going for. You got to research other companies. You got to understand what is this company, how much do they pay? This other company, this competitor, how much do they pay? And then you have to understand what you bring to the table, the role, for example, the task that you're going to be doing. And based on that, you draw out the salary that you want to receive. So you present the salary and you always have the top. You know why? Because they're going to negotiate. So if you're going for the job interview, you can't go with a salary that's already either mid or low because the employer or the interviewer, if they like you, unless they feel like you completely lowballed yourself, if they really, really like you, what they're going to do is they're going to negotiate with you. Right? I'm so sorry about all these flies. They're going to negotiate with you. That's what's going to happen. So once they negotiate with you, what they're going to do is they're going to bring the money down. Unless they have like packages, deal, vacation deals, they may tell you that, hey, this is how much like we're willing to pay. Maybe you have a bonus. So it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. When you think about, Ayiti, these people, they don't know anything. They lowball themselves. They don't know the geographical position of the country. They don't know how Haiti could do business with other continents. They're not aware. They were never aware of the Belt Road Initiative Program. They're not aware of BRICS. They don't know anything but the little bit of money that's getting ready to come and for them to pocket that. And this is exactly what happened. Now, the 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 situation and why we got into what we got is because when the president of Haiti who got assassinated, he understood things. Remember, I have a video where I analyzed the different president. I think I analyzed three president of Haiti. It's on this channel. And I analyzed, when I analyzed for Jovenel, I said, I highly doubt that he would be able to go into the elections because I already knew that he was not working with a good hand. Like everything was at odd. And this is me only being in this country for just a few months. In just a few months, I had already observed, analyzed, and seen that I highly doubt that this guy would be able to do the election, right? And then, they did a lot of things to show him, you need to be out, step down. But he was like, no, I'm not going to step down because he had already certain things in place. He was already making deals. We've established that he was already making deals with a lot of other countries. But there was too much going on. Number 47 is working overtime. Japan is doing major business with the US. Yeah, he is. And I just saw that, I think it was a couple of days ago. There's a, which country? If it's not a country in Africa, there's a country that just signed a major deal, but this with China for lithium. Lithium. So we already understood. We have the video for Agenda 2030. I have it on my DL consulting firm. We have a live that I did with the UN and everything that went down to Haiti, why it went down, what Haiti represent. We have all of the information, all of the information. And this is why I was advocating for number 47 to be number 47. But now I don't really know. Give me 1 second. I don't know how he's going to be moving. A lot of people are focused on deportation and they feel a particular way. I have lost so many people on TikTok because, of the videos that I created and of my support to Donald Trump. And Angola is on the rise too. Yes, a lot of these countries are on the rise. Um, and I'm just hopeful for Haiti. I did a conversation series on Sunday. It's going to be live today on my youth agency channel. Please go watch it. And I am also getting ready to put it out probably Sunday on this channel. Moving forward, because 2025, I am going to be super busy. I already have two huge consultation for 2025. All right. That's going to take all my time. I have youth agency and I have the DL consulting firm channel. I have a lot of other works that I'm getting ready to put out. What I really want you to do is to follow me on all my pages because usually the way that I used to do it is kind of like I'll post videos, but I'll still post on this channel, my Daisy Love 83 channel. However, I don't believe that I'm going to be doing this moving forward because it's very time consuming. And sometimes I forget. Like once I post a content in the place where it belongs, and it's kind of like I forget to put it over here for some of you guys that don't follow me. So please do follow all of my account because my youth agency gives you a lot of social and entrepreneurship work, which is also very, very important. So many of you need those information. So many of you need those services. So follow those accounts. Yes. So the conversation that I had last Sunday was the lady who came is actually a former classmate. We danced together, but she really talks a lot about building a business in Haiti. It's one of my shortest conversation, but the information is out there and you're going to learn. Now, a lot of the things are going to change. Remember what I said? I told you guys that Haiti is going to have to change one way or the other because the world has changed. So there's no way that Haiti can remain in the matter that it is when you have a world that is changing. and when you have a generation that is moving forward. So in the conversation that I did with Daphne, one thing that we talked about, we the both of us are around the same age, so we're both 40 years old. Daphne might be like 37 or something like that. And we talk about the generation prior to us who refuses to step down. We know she mentioned Dupuis, who happens to be a former minister that they stepped down, who was also 40. And I said to her in that conversation, I said to her, Daph, I actually just realized that IT doesn't have anything in place for retirement. There's nothing in place in this country for people who are over the age of 65. So anybody who is in that age in Haiti, they don't want to step down. They don't want to not have a job because it's like, what are they going to do? And that's why you have so many people being in one position over and over without wanting to leave. You guys know, I've read so much about the woman who stays here, like the woman who cleans the house, who does the chores, and who does everything. And I've said to you before that she doesn't want to leave. And that's one of the major reasons. And can she work? Absolutely not. This is a pretty big house. They literally hired two other people to supplement because she can no longer do the chores. But like a couple of years back, I was so upset because I was like, why don't you guys fire her? Like, let her go. That's where I was saying, and those are the things that I was saying. Like, why is she still working? But because it's like, where is she going? And my mother having a softer heart. But that's the reality. And it's important for us to understand that because so far there's nothing in place in Haiti. Now, do I believe that things are going to stay like that? No. Again, you have a new generation. Going back to the video that I made for you when I said Haiti in the next 10 years, when I made that video, I was 35. And literally, I remember saying that in the next 10 years, people of my generation, we are going to be 45. And I'm already 41. So you have a generation that is prepared. I'm talking about my generation. With my generation, I'm counting 5 years from 5 years up and 5 years down. So I'm already 41. My generation, I'm counting you all the way at 46, and I'm counting all the way at 34, 35. I give like a 10-year span, like 5 years up, 5 years down. 5 years up, 5 years down. So people who are already 45, 46, very young, very vibrant, they want to work. They want to start businesses. They people my age, nous la nous parler. So when you have a generation that's in their 60s, the most that we're giving them is 5 more years. But by the 2030, it's gonna be the people in my generation. So now, those of you that are watching this video, you gotta ask yourself, how can you be ahead of the game and participate in the current? Participate in the current, and by current I mean courant. The wave of change that's going to happen. If you don't have anything to offer, it's not going to be it for you. IT is a virgin market. So you have to know, okay, how can I bring what I have to bring to Haiti? Okay, I have this company. What do you think? So now we are going to analyze how to successfully enter this market in Haiti. We're going to analyze what your competitors, because competitors are everywhere. Never believe that you don't have a competitor. And even with myself this morning, when I was getting myself ready, I said, Papa ale tout kozo. No, why? Because anybody who types Ayiti and who types vloggers in Haiti, my name is going to pop up with a few. That means that if I'm competing, which I really don't feel like I'm competing because my videos are just I feel like I'm in a lane at itself. I don't see anyone, and I'm really not trying to sound any particular way, but I don't see anyone who's in my league. Like literally the information that I have access to, the way that I do my work, it's just like even if anyone is doing similar work, I'm just in a league at myself. So I'm really ahead of the game. Now, do I believe that I will be the only person running consultation in about 2 more years? No, it's not. You always, I'm a trendsetter. And this is also for someone who wrote to me and she said to me, I see all your work. I love your work. And a lot of people are copying your work. And I laugh, you're always going to have people who feel protective of you. And you're always going to have people who feel protective of what you're doing. But the reality is, people are not copying. People are just, sometimes you are a trendsetter. So you start something. But when you start it, you are opening up a a way for other people to be here with you. You're opening up a door for other people to come. So I'm not upset about that, and I actually already have so much in place when there are going to be other people who are going to be doing consultation. I started early because I'm always ahead of the game. I am a visionary. I just see things ahead of the game. I see things further. So when I start things, when I put things out, a lot of people are going to probably look at me and be like, 2 years ago, people were very reluctant. They were not thinking about Haiti. Haiti, are you crazy? I had people write to me telling me that I wanted to get people kidnapped. I wanted to get people killed. No, I really didn't. I had a service there to design to support people. However, I like to be ahead of the game because I know the country that I live in. And still, in the next 2 to 3 years, when you're going to have a lot of people doing everything that they're doing, inspiration is great. What advice do you have for a 58-year-old woman who wants to come home, purchase property, and assist? I would advise you to do just that. I would advise you to know exactly where you're going to go. I would have advised a 58-year-old woman who wants to come home to Haiti. The first thing is to purchase land. I would advise you to purchase as much land as you can and to first invest in agriculture, to invest in food because you need the nutrient. I would also advise for you, if you don't have any ailment, Port-au-Prince, I would not advise you to live in Port-au-Prince. Actually, I would never advise you to live in Port-au-Prince at 58 under the circumstances that you need somewhere peaceful, unless you are a very active 50-year-old and you don't mind the outbursts of insecurity that we have going on. If you don't mind that, if you are very dynamic at 50-year-old, if you have a nonprofit organization that you want to create, if you have a business in mind that you want to create, then we would sit and we would talk about. She says, that's where I'm from. It's great that you're from here, Lola, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be here. I don't want to be here. There's nothing that I like about being in Port-au-Prince. Port-au-Prince is dirty. You can't even breathe down on the streets. The only thing about Port-au-Prince, I'm not gonna say the only thing good. The only thing about Port-au-Prince is, like, so far is the epicenter of the country. So it's like anything that someone who's live in another country and is accustomed to, we have it here. But for example, what can I say, depending on the lifestyle that you have, and if those are things that you want, if you want to go to a spa, if you want to go to a bougie restaurant, if you want to go shop, Port-au-Prince have it. However, if you're coming from a developed country, you're gonna look at these things like, okay. And then also, so many other cities are developing themselves. Maybe there's no big spa that I'm thinking about, like in the south. But if you go to Jacmel, if you go to, the northern side of Port-au-Prince, Cap Haitien, I wouldn't even recommend for anybody who's watched me to invest in Cap Haitian like that. Thanks for your advice. I would like to sit with you on my next trip early next year. I am usually at Caribe when I visit. I would love to meet with you as well. Shoot me an email whenever you are thinking about coming to Haiti. let me know, and then we can converse, and I can definitely schedule time to meet with you. Okay, I am thinking of the mountain from Kiskoff and higher. That's beautiful. I would actually do higher. I love it there. It's very peaceful. It's very just relaxing. I do love Montagne Noire as well. I love the weather there. But over there, like I also was looking for land, and this is where I was going to purchase land. But there's only like one road to go down to the epicenter. There's like a few things that I don't like about living up there, but it's still very, very nice. Like I really love it, especially when when I go over there with my friends and or my family. Mostly my family, we've been there. It's very, very peaceful. But in the upcoming this year, I will make different vlogs for you guys to showcase the country in itself. I feel like I talk a lot, but it's great for you to visualize the country so that you have an idea. Because if you also think about the videos that I've made in terms of like architectural development, building houses, I talk about the fact that Haiti, never forget, it's a mountainous country. So when you're thinking about building, when you're thinking about investing, depending on where you are making that investment, the landscape may not be the same. The weather may not be the same. What the only reason I'm wearing this halter top right now is because it was actually warm earlier. However, it's already we have the cool months and I don't live in the mountains. But right now in the mountains, it's cold. It's really cold. You have certain parts of Haiti right now where you need literally like I wouldn't say a big coat, but I would definitely say a jacket. I would say a scarf. I would say bonnet. Yes, there are places in Haiti where people have outfits for the a good chill because it gets really cold. I lived in Fondois and Leogan, and it was really really cold. Like there were mornings when we would wake up and there's like a lot of fogs. Like you wouldn't even be able to see the person in front of you. Man, I don't even want to talk about that because those experiences are so beautiful. Like I'm so grateful that I really had the chance to live in other places in Haiti. Otherwise, I think that I would not have that endurance to be here because it's like Paul Prince, there's nothing enticing about being here, in my opinion, unless you start going to the other places of the country and just the air, the environment is just so nice. The livelihood is just more quiet. It's paisible, the neighbors are good. I mean, just thinking about that, it's giving me a lot of like nostalgic because to really think about it, I've been in power plants for way too long. I only stepped out in 2021, and after that, there was like chaos after chaos, and I really miss that. Like I really miss my country. I really miss the sea. I'm a sea girl. You guys know that. I'm a sea lover. I love the sea, so I miss the sea. I miss the livelihood of Haiti, like the way of the Haitian. They've got us in such a different environment with all these kids shooting up like they don't know if they're coming or going. And it's like, oof, so, so, so bad. But for anyone who is interested, please get the e guide. Now, the e guide is, if you are familiar with the videos that I made, it's written in the same manner and in the same language that I talk. The death strategy chapter literally is going to tell you how to move with death, how to move with silence. That's why I named it death strategy. How are you moving in IT? My competitor chapter, I teach you about bigger and smaller competitor. A lot of times you're not understanding that the person that you are thinking is not a competitor, it's actually a competitor. Even here on YouTube, right? You have to remember a country that is virgin with only a few people operating, people are doing their homework, people are studying, people are taking notes. People are wanting to see, okay, how can I do this? How can I do that? So you always want to be aware who's doing what. Never believe that you're coming to Haiti anywhere that one. what you have in mind is not being done, or two, if whatever you have in mind is being done, that just in a split second of you doing it, other people are not going to do it. And I feel like when it comes to, oh my God, my nose is stuffy. I feel like when it comes to Haitian people, that's where they have the problem. It's almost kind of like what I just shared with you with the young lady who wrote to me and said, a lot of people are doing what you're doing. They're supposed to. They're not, never going to do it in the manner that I do it. And that's the key. That's the key. The key is the manner in which you're working, what you are offering. People do business with who they like. If you guys like me, hopefully you do, a lot of you are gonna do business with me because first, I like her. I like Daisy. I'm gonna do business with Daisy. The next person could have a better offer. The next person could be cheaper. The next person could offer you a, but you're gonna do business with first someone that you like, second, someone that you trust, third, someone who knows what they're talking about and who knows that you're comfortable with. That's how business works, right? You have to establish a rapport with someone. So it's important for people who are coming to Haiti to understand that, yeah, like, don't be shocked that the person that you hired in the first 5 years in your business turns around and actually creates a similar model and become a competitor. Now, if you are intelligent, you are going to become what? You're not going to compete with them. You're going to evaluate what they're doing, especially if this is someone who's already in country, and you're going to collaborate with them. So instead of competing, you're going to collaborate with them. Now I'm not gonna share everything that I know because you guys need to sign up for your consultation already, but you understand what I mean. And that's why foreign people and people who understand business, they can come here and they can do big business. Because let me just give you just a little snippet. Let's just say you come to Haiti and you want to do something and you realize that we have the main d'oeuvre. We have the people to do it. So a lot of times, should I say that? I want you guys to sign up for your consultation. Should I say that? A lot of times you can become a supplier, especially like wholesaler. It's a lot better, right? These guys that I met in 2015 had a killer business. One of them was coming from Greece. He met with these guys. A lot of them were coming from South America. They had the product, they had all the product, and they wanted to open shop. But the business, so what they were doing is that they were coming in with clothes. But a lot of the clothes that they were coming in were clothes from Italy, shoes. So they wanted to open like shop. But we already do business in Haiti. Like, I shop in Haiti. Look at my outfit. Isn't that cute? Isn't my outfit cute? I shop in Haiti. When you shop in Haiti, you don't get the same clothes as someone from the US, because people who shop in Haiti shop in the other province. And never forget that Ayiti is a tropical country. So a lot of the times, let's just say if you come in for the US and if you come in to sell things, when you come into the US and you come in from the US and you come in to sell clothes, you don't necessarily, unless it's the summertime and you're purchasing, let's say that you are purchasing from vendors from in the summer, springtime, or unless, even if you live in Florida, Florida has a cold front. So the clothes, the material of the clothes that you are going to have from the US, it's not gonna necessarily be appropriate for the Caribbean. So let's just say that, okay, let me just take that idea. So you have to know who's on the market and what are they providing, what are they selling. A lot of the clothes that I get, I don't get, you're not necessarily gonna find it in any store in the United States, because a lot of the people who do this type of business in Haiti, they are also shopping from other islands. They're shopping from Provolone. They're shopping from, other islanders. So you gotta know if you have a business like that, it's closed, and you say, okay, I want to come to Haiti and I want to open shop. First, you got to know what are people wearing in Haiti. People in Haiti wear jeans, but not that much. It's hot. You guys know that jeans is really hot. What are the men wearing in Haiti? What are the type of shoes? I don't wear shoes. I don't wear sneakers. I only wear sandals. IT has a lot of rocks into it. High heels is only for people who go into church, people who have meetings, and even those, it's not pointy heels. So you have to know your market. You got to know what people are wearing, and you got to also evaluate your competitors. So, I, I would say, okay, come to IT, visit the shops in Haiti, see what those sellers are selling, figure out how they're getting their merchandise, and now you can sit with yourself if you're coming from the United States and say, okay, how can I what kind of vendors am I going to be associated with to come to IT and to sell clothes? And other businesses that I feel like in terms of products, I feel like when for me, let's just say that you talking to me and you like, I would say don't invest in clothes. Like skincare for me is big. I have been really, really, really taking care of my skin since 2021, and you guys can see the result. But Haiti doesn't have a lot of the products that I use. It's only Caribbean market who supplies a few of the things. For example, soaps that I love. I love Mosaf. I love any soaps that has milk and any soaps that has oat in it. I also like scrubs. I like a lot of moisture on my skin. It's very rare to find the products that I have. Thankfully, I was doing business with a shop not so long ago, but with the situation in Haiti, these people had to close. They really, really were working a lot with me. I was their only client who was using those type of products. But when what I love with the supervisor is that she quickly understood, okay, I see what she likes, because their clientele mainly caters to products that were just regular products that people have here, you know, and the products that I use was a little bit more costly. So a lot of the things that they had in their shop, their clientele were not buying it. But I started to shop there. I started to do business with them, and they realized that, ha, okay, this is what she likes. And literally, I swear to you, there was a section. I felt like these people only bought these things for myself. Whereas now that they've closed shop, it cost me freaking three times more money to get the same thing from them than at Caribbean. And let's just talk about it. What do I use? I use Jergens for my skin, or I use Vaseline for my Cocoa Butter Vaseline for my skin. I use baby oil. I use any soaps that has like Dove and things like that. These are foreign exported product. But why is Caribbean supermarket selling to shit like three times more money? Why? Because their clientele at Caribbean supermarket is going to pay that money. The people who shop at Caribbean supermarket are working individuals, are people who have a job, and also are a lot of foreign people. So Caribbean market tends to be, in my opinion, extremely overpriced. Whereas these people, they were really like, I would whatever, they would literally, let's just say that Dove is $1 in the United States. These people would probably put it like just a little bit above that. Caribbean supermarket, if you change the money and the currency for a soap in Caribbean supermarket, it's literally going to be $5 for one Dove. $5. I'm not paying that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not paying that. Now, have I come accustomed to buying those things? Yeah. But it's like some people, they don't care. They want it. Sometimes they have the money. Sometimes it's kind of like they feel like, okay, like, it's like, give me 1 second. You know what I mean? It's like they feel like they don't mind paying it. It's not so much that they don't mind. You also have probably like the person who wants to. Caribbean supermarket is the only market in Port-au-Prince There's Giant. I don't know if Giant is open, and there's like big store, but Caribbean is the only supermarket, if you are a foreign person, that probably you would feel comfortable going to. The products tends to be a lot fresher. It's a lot fresher. Those products tend to be a lot fresher. But, in those last 3 years, I just don't want to do that because every time I convert the money, I'm like, why am I paying all that money for that? If I feel like, no, the soap is one, no, why are they tripling the price? Right? So you understand what I mean about understanding your competitors, bigger or smaller competitors. I talk about that in my e-guide. The e-guide, please get it. It's available. You can email me, DL Consulting, firm83 at gmail.com, or you can get it directly at beacons.ai/daisylove83. You're going to need that. I have a section on crypto investment because in the past I've had people wrote to me and ask me about if crypto was in Haiti, how could they proceed? So I have a section on that. I have a section on the banks in Haiti so that you are aware of the type of banks that Haiti has. You know, should you bank with Haiti? Should you not bank in Haiti? I talk about that. I have a section on investing so that you understand where to invest. How should I invest? If you are on the fence and you are teeter tattering about what exactly should I get myself involved with in IT, you need to get your hands on that e-guide. It's like I said, it's a beginner. I will come out with a few more for you guys in 2025. I love it. I feel so accomplished. And you guys know I write really well. The information is good. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to take a lot of notes. It's a beginner guide that's going to help you to see how to maneuver here in this country. And then after that, we're going to have the presentation that I'm going to come out with for you guys. Like all 2025, I'm going to come out with a lot of things. Some things I'm going to make it exclusive to my clients. Yes, I feel like if people are paying me that much money for consulting, that outside of their consultation, I can provide and supplement something to them. So, the e-guide, that are getting consultation, you're going to receive that for free. But if you are not have not yet got your consultation, you get that for only $20. $20. $20. You can't go wrong with that. Wow, great info. I will buy it. Please share email again. Oh, thank you, Booby. The email is dlconsultingfirm83 at gmail.com. That's you can email me and I'm going to send it to you. PayPal. I'm gonna send all the information out to you. It's only $20, guys. Only $20. You get the e-guide and then you study the e-guide. It's a beginner guide, like I said to you. You can't go wrong with that. It's a beginner guide so that you have the step to know how to maneuver in the country of Haiti. And again, I chose this is an e-guide that comes for free for my clients. I chose to put it out because we literally have entered a new wave. Right now, we have a new shift. Right now, we have a new wave. So it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. That's how it's gonna be. The next 2 years, 5 years is gonna be fast. So I just felt like, okay, just start putting those information out so that people can have access to it. There's no need right now for me to hold on to it. I'm going to work on the presentation. The presentation is going to be a killer presentation. You guys know that I did the event, and the presentation is going to be, you can have access to it, but it's going to be paid for. But the information is going to be tough. So don't worry about that. Make the investment. Don't worry about that. Because I just want people, if you're getting a consult, girl thinks you have Zelle. I don't have Zelle. I have PayPal and I have what's the other one that I usually have people send me money from? Chimney, I think, but do PayPal. PayPal is what I have. PayPal is really what I use right now in Haiti. So you can just PayPal the $20 and then I'm gonna send it for you. But I'm gonna send you the information. And Laura, if you are buying from the not from the website. If you're emailing me, the document that I have for my people who are submitting their consultation, it's a tax document. I'm gonna send it out to you. So yes, if right now, oh, too bad that I'm gonna get ready to go. But anybody who watched this live, and if you are buying directly, like you email me, you're gonna receive the e-guide, but I'm also going to send you the information with the tax. It's important to know how Haiti is with the tax, you know, how they're moving, how they're doing things, so that you are understanding. Now, because I know that, okay, my love, thank you so much. Now, I know that I'm probably going to have people that are going to want to have access to this information a year from now. We are today, December 19th, 2024. The tax information, it's not gonna be that in about a year. It's not. So if I'm sending that to you, this is for people who want to move this year. It's not going to be that. A lot of the things are going to change. We're going to have new things in place. And don't worry. I'm going to be working on all the information, and I'm going to make it accessible. And I'm also going to make it available cost friendly to some of you, right? Oh my love, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, um, start getting access to those information. I am going to be going live on my Instagram page this Saturday or Sunday. Now, my Instagram page, the information is going to be different. So if you can catch me live there, do catch me live. If you can't, I am definitely going to share the live over here. It just takes a lot of times because usually once I'm done doing the live on Instagram, I share it with the consulting page on YouTube, and then I share it here. It's gonna be moving fast. And me, the way that I work and the way that I am with people who support me or people who've been watching me for the longest of time, people who are interested, I just don't want to feel like, you don't know. Let me tell you what happened in 2021. I received a banging consultation. Okay. It was a young man who was, he's not Haitian, but his parents is Haitian, and he was a young man. He was really young. At the time, I think I was a mid, he was like early 30s. But these were people who were, even though they were young, him and his wife, they were dynamic. They had connections. They knew what they were talking about. Listen, these people paid me for a double consultation. These people, does it get exhausting? Thank you so much. No, it doesn't. He says, does it get exhausted being this gorgeous? Thank you. It doesn't. Listen, don't start. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, so that young man contacted me. And mind you, he was not a subscriber from my channel. He was just looking for information on Ayiti, right? And he was very, very interested. Him and his wife. His parents are Haitian. With his wife, I think it was one side of her family distantly, but the other side is from the Caribbean. These young people knew their thing. They were, this young man, his father, these people had a lot of lands, and he wanted to see how he can invest in IT. So he watched my all of my videos, because when he wrote to me, literally he was pointing out, oh, and this is how I like to do consultation. So it wasn't someone who was not aware of the work. He literally told me that he spent a weekend, him and his wife, going over my videos, watching every single one of my videos, and they decided to contact me. They decided to contact me and paid for a double consultation, property and business. And this guy came to Haiti, but he didn't share with me that he was gonna come. But one thing that I advise, which I always tell you guys, don't only like do visual. Come to Ayiti, get a feel of the country, get a feel of is this a country that I want to be in? Get a feel of is this really a country that I see myself investing in? Get a feel of the surrounding, get a feel of the people. But I mean, if you're gonna receive a consultation from me, the least you could do is shoot me an email and tell me, "Hey, I'm coming to Haiti." Right? I do accompany people. I don't only give you a consultation and I just don't care about you. I accompany people. So, anyways, he comes to Haiti, and afterwards, I don't hear from him. So I usually send out a courtesy email to people. Hey, Booby, good afternoon to you, my love. Good afternoon. So I usually send out a courtesy email, and I sent him a courtesy email. He came to Haiti with his wife. No, he came alone to look at the property, to look at everything. Tell me why one of his cousins, and I specifically I hadn't like he had reserved the consultation, but we hadn't done the live. There's two sections of my consultation because I send you a document, a written document, and then after you receive your written document, you schedule the one-on-one with me. This guy came to Haiti and one of his family members just brainwashed him, totally brainwashed him into I will have to catch the replay, but yes, baby, catch the replay because the information is great. Catch the replay. So when I sent out my courtesy email because he had not booked the one-on-one and I wanted to know, what was going on, he tells me that he came down to Haiti. He wanted to see the property. He wanted to see how to move. He met with a cousin, and the cousin totally told him that what he wants to do, IT is not ready for that. La bon créole, yo fout nèg la en batterie. And I was and once he didn't even give me the opportunity to coach him into changing his mind. So that means that whatever the conversation that he had with that cousin, they brainwash him. This is what you call brainwash. And this is let me show you. Oh, the dogs are gonna bark. My dad just came home. The daughters are gonna bark. Let me show you and let me tell you where he made the mistake. He already had the consultation in hand. And I don't believe that I had shared with him certain things because he didn't share with me that he was coming down to Haiti. If he had told me that he was thinking about coming down to Haiti, I would have told him how to move. I would have said to him, hey, hold up. If you're coming to Haiti, this is the 1111. This is why I tell you guys, don't just sit here and watch my videos and just move like that. The consultation is there for a reason. It's because there are things that you need to know. There are things that I need to coach you about. There are always, like, if he had said to me, even if he had sent me a message and say, hey, Miss Daisy Love, I'm coming down to Ayiti, I would have said, hold up. Let me tell you how to move. I would have never, absolutely never told him to share with anyone that he had a business in mind. You don't say that. First of all, boo, even if it's a property that your parents left for you, you got to understand that you probably have other relatives and other family members who want to have access to your property. And yes, you are foreign. That's first. So you don't know how to move. Now you give out your blueprint because literally you sat with that guy and told him what you had in mind. Meanwhile, you don't even know, you don't even have the in and out. But you literally gave out away your idea to someone. So, Kisa, what is that person going to do? Implement your idea and probably get you to sell the land. You never do that. The first thing is if he had said, okay, Miss Daisy, I'm thinking about coming to Haiti, I would have said, yes, go to Haiti. What a shame. Yes, what a shame. He would have said, like, I would have said, yes, go to Haiti, but go on the account that don't even go on the account that you come in to assess the land. No. Go on the account that you just want to visit family. Vous faites comme si vous pas connaît. Go on the account that you just want to visit family. You go there, you bring shit for them. You get acquainted with them. You see who is more. That's how I do it when I go back home to Kabine. You see who's more open to you because everybody's not gonna have the same vibe as you, even if they are relatives. But you're gonna find one or two people who like you, it's life. You're gonna find someone that takes on to you, and you're gonna find other people who may not like you. So you gotta observe. And may not like you doesn't necessarily mean that they hate you. It just may be that you're not vibing with the person. But at that first initial contact, your goal should be establish contact with the family, establish contact with the cousins, see who's vibing with you. And now you start to establish what? You start to establish a foundation with that person. So the person that you realize first is dynamic, sense is your person. So it's like you comfortable with that person. You like that person. That person likes you as well. That's the person that you take the number. That's the person that you build a lot more like friendship with them. So let's just say that now you're going out, invite them out. Say, hey, cuz, let's go do this, and you take care of the bill. There's nothing wrong with that. People in Haiti, it's a tough life. You bring extra cash, you bring something to that person. If the person has a family, you bring something for their family. You are wooing them, but that's life. A lot of you don't know how to do that. You want that person to be friendly to you. Now that's the person that's going to be in your corner. You don't tell them about your ideas. You don't tell them what you want. You get acquainted. When you go visit, you bring stuff for them. And now you make a first visit. The first visit is kind of like, what's going on, cuz? They're gonna a lot of people are gonna come, they're gonna tell you, hey, this is so and so. Hey, you just sit with them, listen to their stories, let them talk to you about your dad, who was your dad, what did your dad do, and you walk. Okay, after a few months you get the number of the person that you feel more connected to. You get the number of the person that you feel is resonated with you. You got to go off with energy. Who's resonated with you? Who do you feel is your people? And your people, that doesn't have to be that you automatically you getting that person money. What is it? Has not to be money. What about the day that you don't have money to give to them? The person has to like you. The person has to feel like we family, we're good, we family. So you get their number and you call the person. Hey, cuz, what's going on? I was just checking on you. What's going on with you? You don't really make people associate with you only with money, because the day that you don't have is gonna be a problem. You build a rapport, you build a relationship with that person. So you call them, Haitian people, we like that. We are caring people. You cannot just come and it's like whenever you come in and you contact people. No, you call, what's going on, cuz, what's going on with you. Okay. You make a second trip. You bring stuff for them. You communicate with them. You kiki and kakai. Meanwhile, you're observing. Now, the second trip, you're observing. You're looking at the land. You are praising. Now, on the second trip, you start to ask the person that's connecting with you, you start to ask questions, personal little questions, because you've already started to build a relationship with that person. You made contact, you established contact, you contacting them, you're calling them. So, second trip, you start to ask little questions. Hey, cuz, this and this. Hey, this and this. Now, it's that person that's gonna give you the information that you need in terms of like, because a lot of the times with this older generation of Haitians, the land is not, it's like, let's just say your father left you an acre of land. It may not be everything. So you got to talk to someone, and it's the person that is trustful to you that's going to tell you This is how much was for your dad. So they're gonna do what we say apante. So separate the land to make sure that you have what's equity, like what's for you. Because maybe dad left you something, but maybe everything wasn't for dad, right? So the person that you are comfortable with, the person that is for you, is the person that's gonna be like, okay, this is what was for your father. This is what's for that person. So you gotta up and take. It's a lot going on. So now, once you do that, you start to ask them, that person, the one person, make sure that it's only one or two, not too many. You don't want a lot of people in your business. Make sure it's only one or two. And the person that's more comfortable with you. So now you start to ask little questions here and there. You still are not saying that you got a business in mind. You still are not saying that, but you just talk and talk like that. And then now you can tell them, okay, apante te apmo, dime apante te. So now apante meaning that, trace my side for me. Now, if you're bold like that for someone like him, because I knew that they had the money, these young people, they, man, they had the connection and they were a team. He had the network. So now for someone like him, let's just say that the acres of land was half for his dad, half for the other brother. I would have said, buy everything. That's what I would have told him. I would have said to him, buy everything. And the reason that I would have said buy everything is because you have the money. Buy off whatever helicopter ride. That's how people fly in this day and age. Helicopters, left and right, right? So that's what I would have said to him. I would have told him, buy the buy everything. Why? Because it's like once you do a project with what they had in mind, the amount of land that you need, why not buy everything if you have it? You can go to the bank, finance the an acre of land easily. You could do that. You can finance an acre of land very easily. So whatever is like, whatever the remaining left, that is the remaining side of the land that is not for you, you buy it off, right? Okay. He didn't tell me that. He didn't even tell me that he was coming down to Haiti. So he came to Haiti, and the cousin completely brainwashed him. Completely brainwashed him. This guy never signed up for the remaining of his consultation, which the consultation comes with two parts. You get the written part and you get the one-on-one. He never did the less. It's like whatever the cousin said to him. And he had told me, because when I never heard from him, so I sent the Curtis email, and he said for the moment that he was going to pause on the consultation on the project. But when you receive a consultation for someone and the person is so eager, the person is like, and then automatically I'm like, something is wrong. So you know how I do. So I kind of like talked to him and I said, what happened? And that's when he said he came to Haiti, he met with his cousin. His cousin told him that, yeah, the idea that he had, it's like it's too big. People in the neighborhood are not that evolved. They will kill him. The country is not stable. And we were in 2020 when he signed up. I think 2019 or 2020, early 2021. Now, I don't even know. I've never reached back out. So, yes, we went through a rough patch, but understand that those years, and I've said so to you, were years where you had to get your property. These were years when you had to get your property. Why? Because everything was haywire. People were going crazy. People were going crazy. Right now, after 2025, forget it. Don't even come. I'm telling you that. Don't even come. Give me 1 second. I'm getting water. You got to know how to move. You gotta know, and I've been saying so to you. Haiti is a weird place. It's one of the craziest places that I've ever lived in. Like being Haitian and living in Haiti, literally, you can live anywhere in this planet because you would be surprised at, even with the chaos, people in Haiti get shit done. Trust. People would be shooting and everybody is going about their day. Unfortunately, that's the country that we have for the moment. Do I wish and do I hope that it's going to change, especially for poor prince? Absolutely, because it just becomes ridiculous to always have those type of sporadic chaos. But for people who just wants to see what's here, that's just the way things are. You cannot go by only the chaos, because the chaos, as I've always shared with you, it's also their opportunity to make billions of dollars, right? We've talked about that before. 125. So get your e-guide. Start understanding the market of IT. The e-guide is there to support you. The e-guide is there to shed light. 10 chapter, market feasibility, investing, competitors, crypto investment, the banking system. I touch on everything that you would need. It is also a way for me to eliminate some questions that I feel that, it's like you don't need to pay me to know. I mean, I don't want to receive a consultation only on what is a business that I want to do. Mm-mm. You should know what you want to do. You should know where to invest. You should know how to move. So the e-guide is going to support you on that, because we have a section on investing where I talk about investment, where, how. We have a section on market feasibility. So it's going to knock down those questions. $20. Send me an email, dlconsultingfirm83 at gmail.com, or you can get it from, I think it's beacons.ai/daisylove83. $20. All right. Okay. I had a good time. I think that this is it for this particular live. I am going to be live again, probably Saturday. If not Saturday, then Sunday on my Instagram page with new information. The Instagram page is going to be DL Consulting Firm 83. And of course, I'm doing the promotion for my e guide, but I also want to prepare and let people know that we have entered new shift, new waves, how things are going to go. Things are going to move very, very fast. And you just need the preparation. So thank you so much for everyone who was here with me. I enjoyed this live. Thank you so much, Pierre Ludieu, for being here with me. Laura Garçon, everybody who stopped in, Sophia, B, everybody. All right, guys. Don't forget, follow me on all my social media platforms. Follow me on the youth agency. Follow me on the consulting page, because moving into 2025, I highly doubt that I will be able to share. Like, everything is going to be categorized. So don't expect the live that I do on my Instagram page. Don't expect it to be on the Daisy Love 83 account. Don't expect the conversation series to be on this account, because it becomes way too much for you, girl, to think about posting everywhere. All right, guys. Thank you for being here with me. And happy holidays. Am I going to be live again? Probably, probably. I do have a lot of work. I have absolutely no vacation. I want to put out the presentation for you all. So, but I'm thinking that maybe next week we can go live.
Oh my God. Okay.